Welcome to Journey to Authenticity, the podcast designed to help you become your true authentic self, create a clear vision for life, and ultimately step into a life of transformation. I'm your host, Braiden Belnap. I'm a transformational life coach, speaker, and entrepreneur dedicated to helping you do just that, transform your life. This week is my birthday week, and I'm so grateful to be, one, celebrating with you guys, but of course, I'm excited to be celebrating with my beautiful wife who's joining us today. Welcome, Maeghan.
Hello. Happy birthday week.
Absolutely. It's an exciting week. But what we're going to really be jumping into this week is the power of birthdays. And yes, birthdays are important, similar to the new year. We're going to be talking about really resetting, pressing that reset button, using your birthday as an opportunity to really evaluate your life and step into the person that you're really capable of being and the life that's just right ahead of you without giving up, right? And the problem is that a lot of people don't live their birthdays or their life period intentionally. Similar to New Year's resolutions, right? They make New Year's resolutions and then over 90% of people give up on them within a very, very, very short period of time. Similar to a birthday wish. How many times have we made a birthday wish and we really do nothing about it? Now, that's not just you guys, that's me. It's not just Maeghan, that's me. Like I've time and time again have done the same thing. It's to the point that even on my birthdays, I used to not like holidays at all. After my parents' divorce, I went from birthdays being such a happy memory. Clowns coming and juggling for my birthdays, going over to Boondocks. If you're from Utah, Salt Lake City area, you know what I'm talking about there. The birthdays that I do remember, because as you may not know this, but I don't remember a lot of my childhood. I started remembering my life around 15, 16 years old, give or take. Although after my parents' divorce, I started to really dislike holidays, birthdays, didn't care for them at all. Of course, that changed. I met my amazing wife, Maeghan, and I enjoy them a lot more now. And I don't think that that's just because I'm married. I just think that I became more of an adult, and I started to enjoy because I started to be able to celebrate the way I chose to celebrate, not just what as a kid I did to make other people happy. Mm-hmm. But I started living my birthdays intentionally, because that's what this topic's about. And when I saw every birthday offered something, a reset, a recalibration, a new possibility, that things changed for me. So I'm really excited to talk about the power of using your birthday as a reset, letting shit go, to say the least. Like, what do you really want to become? Letting crap go that's not serving you, and moving forward into the life that you're truly capable of living.
It's a wonderful time to analyze your life and look at things and figure out what you want to do. So I'm excited about this topic because I feel like it is really powerful and can help a lot of people.
I would agree with that. With that in mind, have you always liked your birthdays, Maeghan?
I feel like most of the time.
What do you mean most of the time?
I hate that. I have a love-hate relationship with when my birthday is because it's January 6th. And so it's in the winter time. And so I was never able to do those summer birthday parties or that kind of stuff because it's in the winter. So your options are really limited as a kid to do birthdays. And then I feel like oftentimes my birthday was kind of forgotten. And so I didn't really like, my parents tried to do stuff for my birthday, but it's not what your mom does for birthdays. Like your mom really does a lot for birthdays, and I really appreciated that. So I feel like I started liking birthdays more when like we were living with your mom, and like I woke up and the table was all set, my presents are there, there's like a happy birthday banner. Like she really makes a point to make people feel special for their birthdays, and so that is kind of, I feel like, when I started enjoying them more.
That's fair. Well, good news is you'll get that for the rest of your life. Yeah. Yes, we let my mom do that when we were there, but we will always do that.
Yeah, that's a tradition we do for each other's birthdays.
With that, the power reset, right? We so oftentimes as human beings, we attach meaning to everything. But we don't intentionally live intentionally. Like we subconsciously attach meaning to everything. I mean, this journal, people are going to naturally like attach meaning to journaling. People are going to naturally attach meaning to cell phones and plants and houses and money and business and this, that, and the third. Although our lives are not intentionally lived a majority of the time. And as a result of that, our birthdays come up, or the new year comes up if we're talking about the birthday of the world, right? And time flies by. And then sooner or later we wake up and we have the wishes and the regrets and the frustrations. And that's really not an effective way to live. That we're not going to become the person we're destined to be. We're not going to accomplish what we're destined to do. And as a result of that, we live life unfulfilled. The beautiful thing about birthdays, and what I really want to encourage everybody to do, is a new year for you, a new year for the world, are optimal times to have resets. For me, my birthday is in August. I'm not going to do a full reset. I mean, yes, a reset's effective at any time. But the point is a reset really should take place at least twice a year. At least twice a year, where you really take the time to look within. Hey, where am I as a human being? What's holding me back? What have I been tolerating in my life that's been keeping me stuck? When you really start to evaluate yourself, your relationships, and life overall, and you press that reset button, it's a beautiful thing when you actually take the time to evaluate life. I talk to Power about life visions and vision boards. And twice a year, when you really look at that life vision and you determine what's not in alignment with that. And I specify alignment because people talk about balance all the time. I need balance in my relationship. I need balance in self. I need balance in life. And so much. I need to take care of the yard. And then I need to do finances. And now I need to redo the house. It's like you start juggling. And then you have a kid. And now you got to learn how to change diapers, and then you get another one, and then maybe you drop one of the kids. Just kidding. Just kidding. But the point is like we're not staying in balance.
Yeah.
We have a destination to get to and a journey to enjoy, and we stay aligned in that. And as long as we stay in aligned, we're good. And really having that sit down, that conversation with self twice a year. And in my belief, birthdays being one of the most prominent times to do so, because it's your new year. It's not anybody else's. You may know other people the same birthday, or there's other people. It is your day. That's the time, a very optimal time to press the reset button.
Mm-hmm. My birthday, because it's January 6th, so mine's 6 days after the new year. So I feel like I always reevaluate around July, like June, July kind of thing every year. If I do like a 6-month check-in. And so if you have birthdays, if your birthday is a January or around that time, just set a different time during the year so that you are doing 2 times a year.
Every 6 months.
Yeah.
Just every 6 months.
Because your birthday's easy because it's August. So
I do my birthday evenly with my birthday.
Yeah.
So August, in 6 months from now, I'll be evaluating my life again. And sometimes I do more than twice a year. Sometimes you need that.
Yeah.
For me, I have 2 times in the year minimum that I do a deep dive in my life to press the reset button. I really do look at myself, my relationships in my life. And in that, I'm really looking at my past. Like, hey, how's my past doing? Like, is it holding me back at all? I look at my present. I look at what my next goals are, my life vision. And I also ask the question as to like, hey, is this in alignment with what I believe God would want for me? Am I living up to who I believe God believes I can be? Am I living up to the point where like my relationships are in alignment with God and who he would want in my life? am I doing what's necessary to enjoy the journey and to get to my dreams in life? I start to look at that because I want to emphasize again, in the past, I used to hate birth. I genuinely used to dislike holidays. Like, it was a time of, and it's not like my parents' fault or my siblings' faults or friends or societies, nothing of that nature. It was me, but I was in a place where like I genuinely like my birthday became a, how can I make everybody around me happy?
Mm-hmm.
That's it. My events that I planned were around other people to make everybody happy.
When you say events, are you talking about
My birthday,
getting
whatever.
together?
It was always like, hey, what can I do to make other people enjoy my birthday?
Instead of doing what you actually wanted to.
And that's fine. It serves so many lessons. But let's take it back when I was a child. That's when I was dreaming. Like, there's such a beauty in being a kid because you view time as like endless. You don't see the end. You don't really understand that. I started understanding that there was an end when I saw my grandpa pass away. I didn't understand as a kid until then that there was really an end. Like, I really didn't. I didn't comprehend that. And there's a beauty in that, right? I mean, I dreamed of being a professional soccer player. And then after soccer player, I started dreaming about being an anesthesiologist. And I had double knee surgery at a young age. I think it was before we met.
Yeah, I think you were 15.
I was sophomore year. So I was before.
I guess you were 16.
No, I wasn't 16. I was 15 at the point.
Okay.
And I was dreaming about being an anesthesiologist for quite some time. Not necessarily because I thought I'd like the medical field. I just wanted to make a lot of money. But now I've learned that there's a lot better ways to even make more money than an anesthesiologist and not have 10 years of college debt and school and all that stuff. And then I got double knee surgery and I was so excited to talk to my anesthesiologist. And then he gave me some really cool drugs and he wheeled me out. And those nurses right outside my door were the hottest things in the world. That sounds so bad. They were the hottest nurses in the world. Obviously, I found the hottest cosmetologist in the world.
Yeah, that's right.
That's way better.
That's right. Free haircuts for life. Can't draw your blood, but I can give you a haircut.
Absolutely. And that was a good experience. Nevertheless, I started to dream. And then there was a point in my lifetime that I stopped dreaming. I didn't see, there wasn't a lot of happiness. Like, what is dreaming? Like, whatever, right? Then I got to the point where birthdays became a happy thing again. And that was such a good feeling. But again, the moment that I started to plan out my resets and having my birthday be a reset, it changed the trajectory of my life. And I genuinely mean a deep dive. Like, I'm looking at my identity. I'm looking at my spirit, my mind, my body, my relationships, the impact that I'm making on the world, my finances, my business, lifestyle, my material. I'm looking at everything in life. And the reason that we need to do this is because Psychology 101 is that your beliefs from your past experiences create your current thoughts, creating your current emotions, creating your current behaviors, which creates your results. And this is an endless cycle. You have triggers throughout your day, which trigger different cycles of thoughts and emotions, behaviors, creating the same results you have today. And some of those cycles serve you. And you could, those principles and those belief systems could be with you for the rest of your life. And it's going to continuously allow you to show up, do your best, be your best, and get optimal results. But some of those things are either just keeping you comfortable, like it's not really serving you, it's not taking you away from a good life, it's just there. And some of them are truly keeping you stuck, keeping you away from results. So when you go into a deep dive and you really look at the good, the bad, and the ugly, it offers a true opportunity to move forward. Mm-hmm. And in that, the next thing of like putting a reset is that you don't want to forget your past. That last year of your life has offered something so beautiful. no matter what's taken place. I mentioned earlier that we're meaning making machines, right? And that's a good thing. But we have to see it as a good thing. I know there was some times in my life where I saw things from my past and it was a true pain to me. I mean, people would mention things at the drop of the hat and my emotions would be haywire. I was in control of like the beast inside of me. Right?
Mm-hmm.
But the moment I started to switch my ways that I saw things, they became the biggest blessings in my life.
You know, for example, both of our parents are divorced, and that's a really hard thing to go through as a kid. And so it's really empowering because, you know, there's a lot of people who have divorced parents. There's a lot of people who are divorced who have kids. And so it's great to be able to, you know, talk to people about that and maybe, you know, help, you know, relate to people in a certain way in that sense. And so instead of saying, oh, my parents are divorced, like I'm never going to find love, I'm never going to be happy, you know, all those limiting beliefs and stuff, or hold my parents' divorce and hate them for it. And I honestly, my parents' divorce was good. I'm happy they're divorced. They shouldn't be together. But in terms of, you know, mentality and stuff, I could have used that and I could have sat there and created all these negative beliefs and patterns and things and thoughts and been a victim to it. Instead, I'm like, oh, look at the bright side. My parents aren't together. They're not fighting anymore. We have a peaceful house now. And I was a kid who was like, I get 2 Christmases, I get 2 birthdays. I love presents. And so there's certain things like I could have used that and thought, this is the worst thing in my life and I hate it and it's horrible and it sucked. Like there was parts, my parents' custody battle was absolutely atrocious. But once that was over, it was fine. Like it was chill. And so, you know, being able to take that really pain point from my past and my parents them not being together was chill. That was great. But the process of it wasn't fun. And so being able to take that and be happy about it now and see the bright side and see the positives and see how that actually probably helped my relationship with my parents and things, and then helped their relationship with each other, not being married. So when we have hard things in life, instead of looking at all the bad and all the negative, if we can take the little nuggets of the positive out of it and use it to grow and to be able to empower ourselves and inspire others, that is such a insanely powerful thought, because then you're taking more control over your life instead of letting your life control you.
Absolutely. The things that you look at that are the most pain to you have the most opportunity to impact yourself and others.
Yes.
And that doesn't mean going through it is easy. That doesn't mean going through it isn't hard. Like that's okay. But that's the difference between a victim and a victor, is that they both see the good and the bad and the ugly. But the victim stays in it. They stay in that cycle, the endless cycle of limiting belief, limiting thought, emotion, behavior, it reinforcing that belief system. That's why I'm a firm believer on a minimum of 2 solid resets a year where you actually look within. And you should be looking within every day on a micro level, but on a macro level, you should have a solid reset minimum twice a year, period, end of story. And I will stand firm on that. If you need more than 2, that's fine. Do it. But you get to see that. You get to really look within and see what's serving you, what's not. And it gives you the opportunity to be like, yeah, you know what? My parents' divorce this year, or this person's death that caused so much grief and so much pain and so much hurt and anger. And this person that stabbed me in the back, it's like, you can see that possibly you became a victim to that, and that's okay. How can we see the opportunity to grow from that? How can we change, transform how we perceive an event in our life? Where it's not taking away the fact that you see how much pain you caused yourself or others, or how much pain somebody caused you or a situation. How can we take that pain and really influence to where we get to impact ourselves and we get to impact others? That's a beautiful thing. let the shit go. That doesn't mean you forget what happened. It means you let the shit go. You transform it to make an impact on yourself and others so that you can talk about it. There's nothing in my past that I cannot talk about. And I'll say it with confidence. I started drugs when I was 12, 13 years old. I started stealing when I was 12, 13 years old. I stole from my brother. I thought about stealing from the people that I loved most. I can talk about that. Don't get me wrong. I don't wear it like a badge of honor. It doesn't make me stoked that I did that stuff. I would have loved to be an angel child. Like in all best scenarios, I would have been an angel child. Right?
Mm-hmm.
I wouldn't have had to say I'm sorry. I wouldn't have had to deal with guilt and frustration. I wouldn't have had to deal with like the hate that I had for myself. Like that would sound so nice to not have to deal with that shit. But it's the most beautiful thing for me in my life now. And it's because I looked at it. I saw the whole hard truth of the beliefs that I had around it, the thoughts, the emotions, the behaviors, and the results that I created and the pain that I created for myself and others. But I pressed the reset button and I let this shit go, and it empowered me for the rest of my life up to this point, and it continuously will. So when you look within, you press reset. You look at your relationships, you press reset. You look at your life, you press reset. You let the shit go. And then you create that process, right? You just evaluated your life vision. You made tweaks. You evaluated your goals. You made tweaks. And you pivot to stay aligned. And the next year, the next 6 months before that next revamp, you start leaning in with, hey, what if I started to show up as if I've already became all I wanted to be? What if I started to maybe let some relationships go? Or maybe I haven't given enough energy to this specific relationship, so I'm going to lean into that. And then you start to really align with your dreams and your goals, and you start to dream as if you were a kid again. Like, yeah, you see that there's an end to time, but you also show up as if there's limitless time, allowing you to truly embrace this journey of life. Man, it becomes so beautiful.
Mm-hmm.
I've talked a lot though.
I know.
Which I feel like it's been I know it's been a really good message.
Yeah.
For myself, and hopefully it's been impactful to you.
Yeah, absolutely.
And to you listening to this, I hope you've heard the words and the love that I have for you. But I want to open it up to you, my love. What are your thoughts?
I really love what you said about evaluating things and really taking that time to reset and look at what you want in your life, because it's really easy to get stuck in that people-pleasing mentality like you were kind of talking about earlier, and just sitting there kind of being like, oh, well, I'm going to do this because I don't want to rock the boat, or I'm just going to do this because, but you're kind of in a way telling your subconscious that you're not important by doing that. And, like I recently had a conversation with a friend, and we were talking, and I just was like, yeah, whatever, like whatever. And she's like, it's not whatever. Your feelings matter. It's okay for you to share your feelings. You don't need to just be like, oh, like it is what it is. It's whatever, And so when you're in that people-pleasing state of putting people before yourself, and you're not doing that reset, and you're not achieving your goals, and you're not doing what you want with your life, it's not doing you any favors. And so you're just hurting yourself long term. And so taking that time and taking that step back to reset and to set your goals and to be intentional with your time and to be intentional with what you want your life to look like, and truly allowing yourself to grow and to flourish, you're able to create the life that you want to have and set the goals that you want, and, do the things that you might not thought you were capable of, and put yourself first. We were talking today about, kind of like how we want our family structure to look like. You have to be good. Then you got to be good with your spouse, and then you can be good with your kids. And so if you're not good with yourself, then how can you be good with any other area in your life? If you're not putting yourself first, are you really going to be able to achieve as much as you want to? No, probably not. And so the birthday reset is very powerful. And just like the every 6 month, like we call it a birthday reset, but it's true. It's that kind of 6 month reset works for us. And you might need to do it more frequent. You might need a quarterly reset. You might need a monthly reset. And so really figuring out what works best for you and your life and what you feel like is very important, because it isn't a catch-all every 6 months. It's a when do you feel like you need a reset?
6 months is a minimum.
Yeah.
Like you could be top notch. You should have a 6 month reset every 6 months. And sometimes I need it more. That's just the truth. Right?
Yep.
Sometimes something comes up, life changing, and you need it then. It's like, man, I need a reset this week. Right?
Yeah. Well, when you were gone in sorry, I cut you off, but when you were in Puerto Rico, I had a week to literally just sit and think. That's all I did. I like worked and stuff too, but it was like I had all this time by myself, and I was like, this is kind of a nice little reset that I didn't really think I needed, because I was able just to kind of sit and think about like my goals in my life and what I wanted to do, like hobby wise even. Like I was like, oh, I think crocheting sounds fun. And I've never been like, oh, I want to crochet. But I was like, I have time to like actually kind of discover more about myself, and I want to do that.
Absolutely.
That's all.
I love it. With that, thank you.
Yeah.
For spending my birthday podcast with me.
Of course. I love being on here, and I love talking with you. It's really fun to have these conversations. And I've actually learned a lot more about you from these. There's certain things I'm like, oh, I didn't know that. That's really cool. So I've really enjoyed being on the podcast a lot more frequently. And so, yeah.
Well, there's nothing I don't. There's genuinely, and it's a good feeling. You guys can obviously, there's a lot of podcasts out there that we've produced over the last couple of years, which has been fun to see. Such a beautiful thing though is that it feels good not having anything to hide in my closet. Mm-hmm. I genuinely could care less of what any judgment that comes my way. And these resets, man, it's what's gotten me here. Before we end this though, I think it'd be really fun to kind of do like a Q&A of what your reset is going to look like in your physical, your spiritual, your mental, career, financial. Like, what's happening? What are some things? So you want to be the host now? Yeah, I want to ask you some questions. All right, shoot me straight. Hey, we do this podcast together, so I can host a little bit. You can be the hostess. Yeah, hostess. Yeah. Hostess. I'm the king, you're the queen, you know? Yeah. Hostess. I'm the host, you're the hostess. It's not a tist, it's a hostess. Hostess. I like that. It's not. Hostess? Hostess, there's no T. Hey, well, you know, that's like saying Home Depot. There's a fucking T, dude. Okay, but the T is silent. Hostess is Home Depot. H-O-T. Wait, Hostess. That's how you spell hostess. Okay, side note. I was watching this video, and it was somebody who was like saying stuff about Utah accents. And they were like, people in Utah just put T's wherever they want them. They don't say them where they're supposed to be. And they add them to the words that don't have them. Or like, instead of especially, people say especially, but instead of espresso, they say espresso. And so. Espresso. It's espresso. There's no X. I've always said espresso. It's like a Utah thing. Like people say espresso, but it's espresso. And then especially is said especially, but people say especially. They like add extra letters to it that aren't there. That's funny. Everywhere. But when we say mountains, we don't say mountain, but then we put extra letters in words that it's mountain. I know it's mountain. I say mountain. I don't say mountain. People say mountain? Yeah. Most people say mountain. Yeah. That's weird, dude. Because we say mountain. Like, ow. But you can go anywhere and there's always going to be slang. Well, yeah.
But I just thought it was funny anyway. So like it's such a side note.
I wonder
but,
if our like English accents are like sexy,
Yeah.
in American standards, like England, like that, however they speak. I think you call it English accent, right?
Yeah, in English, a British
A
accent.
British accent, like that's sexy,
Yeah.
right? Like it's like, holy cow, you guys, you know what I'm saying?
They sound very like eloquent and put together and polished.
But I wonder how they see it.
We hicks over here.
No,
I fear.
that's different. It's different because there's hick accents.
Yeah, no, there is hick accents, but I'm saying like in comparative to the rest of the accents in the world, Americans probably sound like weirdos, especially depending on what part they're from.
But there's different accents in America. But what I'm saying, like on a traditional sense,
Yeah,
like there's no other accent. Well, the Australian accent
yeah,
is sexy to the quote average American, right?
yeah.
Like you hear somebody speaking in Australian or in an
Australian accent.
Australian or English.
Yeah,
It's not
British.
English.
English.
A
Yeah, it's
British accent.
British.
Like that's sexy, but there's nowhere else where we're like.
They're like Scottish, Irish.
But that's not like in our terms of society
French.
terms. It's not like sexy.
French, a
It's
French
just-
accent, an Italian accent, a Greek man. Are you kidding me? Europe.
But that's
All
what
the
I'm
sexiness comes from Europe.
But that's not like we don't see those other accents as quote unquote sexy. There might be select people where they're like that's sexy, but
Yeah.
in American standards, like Australian or England accents, that's sexy.
Yeah.
So I wonder, in society terms, like no other country's accents are quote unquote sexy.
Yeah. I don't know. I feel like, yeah, I know. I think it just depends on the person what they find attractive, though.
I'm saying society
Oh, okay.
terms. When a Netflix show comes on, whether it's a guy or a girl, if
And they
they
have,
have
like, an English
an
accent.
English accent or an Australian accent, society terms in American, it goes crazy because there's this hot dude or this hot chick with this accent.
Mm-hmm.
It's like, holy shit, dude.
Mm-hmm.
Right?
Like, you haven't been watching Love Island, but I have been watching Love Island, and there's this guy named Charlie on it, and he has a British accent, and like,
And you think he's hot?
he's hotter because of the British accent for sure.
Bailey doesn't think that there's attractive people on there.
No, I actually feel like the only attractive person on there right now is Pepe. He's hot.
Oh.
But everybody else isn't really that cute. It's just one guy. And I guess his name's Chris. He's cute too.
You sicko.
I was like, ugh, I hate that because that's my dad's name. But
Anyways,
there's only two guys
But
on there that are
other
cute. But the girls are
accents aren't-
gorgeous.
but the other accents aren't. They just don't hit the same in our
Yeah, it's true.
society. So
But
I wonder
French accents? Are you
I wonder
kidding
where
me?
we
Somebody from
stack up.
France?
I wonder where we stack up on
The
other-
friggin' bottom. Okay, let's move on. I feel like we've discussed enough. So I want to ask you the questions. So let's start off with like kind of your like personal habits, personal goals, routine, that kind of thing, hobbies. Like what do you want that to look like over the next year?
So what I'm hearing is like what our habits are changing.
Yeah. Or I guess so on a personal standpoint, like you yourself, things that you want to implement or things that you don't want to have in your life anymore.
So biggest thing is something that I've found. I have a lot of structure in my life, but I want it to be more structured specifically around wake up time and going to sleep time. And that is a want. It's not a need. It's a want. I've been obviously accomplished a lot without it always being the same bedtime or wake up time, but that's been obviously a focus over the last couple of months. So I'm going to carry that forward. And that will be a life thing for me. Like I operate so much more effectively when I go to bed at the same time and wake up at the same time. There will be some times, of course, where, hey, we have an event or this, that, or the third, that of course it's okay to stay out late, wake up later. But 7 days a week, I like going to bed by 9, 10 o'clock, waking up at 5 o'clock.
Mm-hmm.
I get some quiet time in before the world wakes up, and I get to enjoy my evenings a lot more when I wake up early because I get more stuff done in the morning. That's a main focus, but on like a me focus, I'll add actually one more thing before I go there. And it's the importance that in the past, I've had high focus, high intensity, hit a goal, and then I almost let it go. So moving forward, the focus is like, I will have a 6-pack by December, right? Last year, 2024, I lost 30 pounds within 6 months. In my standard, I was fat. People look at me and obviously I wasn't like quote unquote fat. I felt fat. Like as a result of my body being bigger and chubbier, obviously thoughts, emotions, like behaviors, like the way you look really shows how you feel on the inside as far as I'm concerned. So that was a powerful thing. I hit at high intensity. I cut out all sugar, all processed foods, a lot of carbs, like potatoes, like everything, sugar, alcohol, all the things were gone for 3 months consistently. And that was with like a drop of a hat. Like January 1st hit and I did not cheat for 3 months. I worked out 7 days a week, didn't miss a single day. 30 minutes. Don't get me wrong, I've kept that up. Now I'm going to hit a 6-pack by December. I'm already almost there, feeling good. But it's how can I hit high intensity goals quickly and then find the process to maintaining that result and getting better. So when I hit my 6-pack by December at the latest, I will then consistently maintain my diet, my water intake, my workout schedules, so that I can maintain and all over time get better. At some point, I'll have another fitness goal that I want to hit high intensity focus on and make happen, right?
Yeah.
But it's also how do I hit that result and maintain it so that I don't have to come back to that goal.
Mm. I feel like you did that really good with when you lost weight. Because you cut sugar, you cut everything out. But even after it, you work out. I don't know if you work out every day, but you work out most.
I work out 5 days a week, high intensity. And then I
Okay.
have 2 days of
Like chill.
I'm going to go on a walk.
Yeah.
I'm going to go on a hike. I'm going to do something that I more enjoy.
Okay. So you're still, what you did after that, like you hit this huge intense goal and then you've still stuck to good routine after that. And so I feel like you've done that really well with working out, but I understand. And I think it's good to continue to like revamp that and to do better routines and stuff like that. So,
but it's like reading books. In the past, I would be like, hey, I'm going to read this book in a
Yeah.
week. Well, why not just read every day?
yeah, exactly.
So yeah, it's okay.
It's-
Like I want to learn something. Let's go read this book quickly within a week, in 2 weeks, whatever the case is. But it's like, hey, let's read every day.
Yeah.
Let's not read a book, put it down. Let's just consistently learn. And the fact that I will consistently hit goals, short-term, long-term, super focused, quick, but I will always have a process after my goals on how to maintain that result and grow it over time without the high intensity.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. I feel like that's really good because it's more achievable. It's not going to feel like you're just like reaching for this big goal for like all.
It's like you're fat and then you become skinny and then you just get fat again.
Yeah. You're maintaining stuff really well from that.
I want to, if I'm fat in something, right, quote unquote, whether that's a mindset, a body, a spirit issue, a relationship issue, I want to hit it, become quote unquote skinny, fit, and then I want to maintain that result so that I don't have to come back to it.
Yeah. Because I feel like it's a lot harder to get back to it than just to maintain. Like, you've already done the work. Why are you going to do all this work to then get right back where you started?
And I've done a good job about that.
Yeah.
But it took some time, right? If I was maintaining, I played soccer, I did all these things. If I kept just a workout schedule, a slight effective way to eat and have water intake, I would have never had to hit that high intensity 3 months. And it's okay that that happened.
Yeah.
All of us, whether it is that you're overweight or you're doing certain aspects of your life that you're not, like, we're all fat in some way. We all have cigarette smoke on our clothes. as an analogy of like, hey, don't go judge the person with cigarette smoke because you're probably drinking or doing something behind the scenes that nobody gets to see.
Mm-hmm.
Don't throw stones unless you're perfect.
Yeah, because there's a thing
Is
in the
that
Bible.
mindset? I'm not saying fat like as a I'm shaming anybody that's fat, and if you took it that way, that's on you, not me. I guess I don't know. I'm not going to apologize for that. But the point is like whether it's that you're overweight, and I don't feel bad for that because I was chubby, I was fat. That was okay. Like I was chunky. I wish somebody came and told me that I was chunky.
Well, it's crazy because I didn't even feel like you looked like you had gained weight until I was looking at pictures of that time of your life, and I was like, oh, you did gain some weight.
Yeah, and that's what I'm saying. I wish somebody told me like, hey, Braiden, you got chunky, like fix it. So that's why I'm not going to apologize. Is hopefully if anybody is overweight or smoking cigarettes or doing anything that isn't good for your health, spirit, mind, body, relationships, hopefully you can use this as a way like, hey, this is an opportunity to have a reset.
Mm-hmm.
Like I can change this. It's possible. And you want to know what? I haven't spent a single day in the gym. I lost 30 pounds. I almost have a 6-pack. Like I'm happy with my body right now. I'm not fulfilled in the sense that like I have still a lot more work to do. But I hope that me speaking to this today can be like, hey, I've been judging people that are overweight. I've been judging people that have cigarette smoke. The more things that you can truly see as in like this person needs to take better care of themselves.
Mm-hmm.
I'm sure there is something in your life that somebody could judge you on.
Yeah.
But they're not because they don't know about it.
Yes.
And you're judging people when you have things that you really need to look within and say, I got to change this.
Yeah. Well, it's the concept of looking in the mirror at yourself too. Like if you're sitting here judging people for habits they have or things like that, like nobody's perfect. And so if you're sitting here wasting your energy analyzing every other person's life and sitting here being like, did you see like so-and-so, da, 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 da? Or it's like in your head, it's like the cycle of sitting there continuously judging people. Look at yourself. Look yourself in the freaking mirror and say, am I perfect? Because your answer is going to be no. Unless you're a narcissist and you're going to say yes. Just kidding. But you're going to look at yourself in the mirror and you're going to say, no, I am not perfect. And if you can come from things from a place of empathy towards people, of seeing like, hey, this person's really struggling. How can I support them? What can I do to be a good friend or be a good family member, be a good person in this, or be a good, person in this individual's life? You know, you're not sitting there and judging them. So it's, there's different ways that you can look at it. But if you're sitting here overanalyzing everybody else in your life and you have a problem with what everybody else is doing, take a step back and look at yourself, because you're not so perfect and there's things that you're doing that is wrong, and maybe reevaluate some things.
Absolutely.
Okay, and then next we can just do like kind of hit them quick because I feel like we've been spending a lot of time on them, but I just kind of wanted to talk about your spiritual goals of the next year, and then as well as your business goals for Braiden Belnap. If there's any other goals that you want to share on top of the spiritual, and then your Braiden Belnap business.
So I'll just emphasize all my goals as far as what I will be making happen. I will say I'm really actually happy with where I'm at right now. Every day I work on my identity, my spirit, my mind, my body, my relationships, the impact that I'm making on the world, finances, business, lifestyle. Like I'm working toward everything daily to make it better. But the things that I'm quote unquote hitting hard right now, like the focus, the high intensity, which then I will find the process to maintain in the future, is of course my spirit, both me and you, which is an us goal. My main goal is to get baptized by June 2027. So obviously we're working to find our church right now, our home that we will call home. My body, 6-pack by December, baby. Like daddy's coming home with a 6-pack.
Of beer? Just kidding.
No, it ain't going to be a beer 6-pack. Maybe once in a while. Just kidding. Not just kidding, obviously.
What is it?
A beer belly?
Arnold. No, you like the Arnold Palmers.
Anything with iced like tea and some alcohol tastes good for sure. On occasion, do not drink every day. It's poisonous.
Yeah.
But you can enjoy the fruits of life as well. Anyways, I'm coming home with a 6-pack, baby. In December, you can look forward to it.
Are you gonna do like shirtless Santa?
Maybe for you. Absolutely. We can have some cosplay in that if you want me to. You can be Mrs. Claus and I'll be Santa Claus.
I'll get you a sexy Santa suit.
Yeah, I'm down for that. As long as you'll be sexy Mrs. Claus.
Oh yeah, you betcha. I'll get a little sexy Mrs. Claus outfit.
That's a deal. This is recorded, so I'm really going to be expecting this because that makes me happy. I'm looking forward to that.
Okay, you got it.
Anyways, the other aspect is business, right? We just launched the Rooted and Rising community, which is really, truly actually a movement. We did a group coaching program a couple years ago, and it was phenomenal. We did a lot of group coaching in this. The reason I'm looking forward to this is we're just not working on ourselves, our relationships in life through group coaching. We're truly building a community. We're doing book club once a month, which will be including podcast guests. We'll be doing group coaching sessions with podcast guests. We're going to be doing group coaching sessions with me. And then we have other aspects where it's no matter if, ands, or buts, if you need something, like there is somebody in that group that can help you move forward in yourself, your relationships in life.
Mm-hmm.
That's what I'm excited for a business measure, which of course, like that's it.
Mm-hmm.
As far as finances go, it's a matter that like, hey, let's really bring in enough money to not just benefit ourselves, but really benefit the community, right? We talked more about the charity. Like that's a big focus for us. For a couple of years when we were developing like charity and getting out into the community and donating our money, we did as much as we could, but it was limited. We're not like making tons of money right now, but we are making more money. And so now at this point, it's like, hey, how can we actually start to change some lives?
Mm-hmm.
You change lives daily, cutting people's hair.
Oh,
You make
yeah.
people feel beautiful. I change people's lives daily on the podcast, through coaching, through the group coaching. Like we're making massive impact. We just want to take that to the next level. And that's what I'm really excited for. Like not my own selfish finances if I want to make X amount of dollars, but it's, hey, you're doing hair. So how can we what amount of money can we put together to donate some wigs to cancer patients or whatever the case is and start to make life changes
Mm-hmm.
for people? That's what I'm excited for financially, is to be able to give more.
Yeah. And my thing is, I really would love to help more women in like kind of domestic situations and stuff like that. Like I want to do more women empowerment focused things. I guess because I work with women all day. Like those are a majority of my clients. And so I have been inspired by a lot of the things that people have gone through. And so it's just amazing to hear people's stories. But I would love to get more in the community to help people in different kind of situations of being able to kind of, it's different when you can get your hair done or you can feel good or you have like nice clothes and things like that. And you have a support system and you have a community of people that you can lean on. And especially in domestic violence issues with women and children. So that's like my goal of something that I would love to be able to be a part of.
Absolutely. It's domestic man included in that as well.
Well, yeah, just like domestic. Well, I'm saying as a woman, I want to work with more women. Like, I don't really want to work with men because I can't relate to a man, but I could.
Well, you can, for sure.
Well, yeah. But I feel like you would be able, if we, like, in theory, I feel like you would do a better job with men and I would do a better job with women because I can relate on a woman level. And then, like, also, like, I was never, like, I didn't have, like, we haven't had, like, domestic, I'm not doing air quotes. I mean, genuinely, like, there's no, like, I personally haven't been a victim of it, but I did see things as a kid. And
Sure.
so my situation wasn't as volatile and violent as some people's were or are. However, I did grow up in a house that was very not great growing
Absolutely.
up, with the way that my dad would blow up a lot. And so growing up in kind of that environment on a very, very little scale, um, I would love to be able to have the opportunity to help women feel like bad bitches, you know? That's what I want to do.
For sure.
And then kids I can relate to on a level because I have witnessed things and I have experienced it on that way. So empowering women, because that's what I do day to day, and then I can relate to kids. So that's why I say women and kids over men, because I have more of a connection with
I
it.
agree. We've had this conversation. I totally get it. Nevertheless, I'm super excited for this year. And moral of the story is hit that reset button. Look within, see the hard truths, let that shit go. Let anything that's holding you back go, and go chase those dreams. Dream as if you were a kid where you saw life as endless, but also encompass the mindset that there is an end. And when you see life, you dream as a kid, you set goals that truly will move you forward to those dreams, and you see time in that manner. It's not a matter of if things will happen, it's just a matter of when. And that's the beautiful thing of life, is like, don't give up. If something doesn't make sense where you're truly not happy doing it or fulfilled, I'm going to say emphasize fulfillment. It's not like you always want to edit a podcast. It's not like I always want to hop on the mic. Like, that's just the reality. It's not like I always am inspired to coach people. I mean, in your profession, you listening to this, me and you both know you don't always want to go to work. You don't always want to wake up in the morning. But if you see something that truly fulfills you and you chase it and you don't give up, you will succeed. There's some part of your life that you're living your dream that you used to dream about in the past today. Don't get me wrong. I'm not exactly where I want to be with myself or with our relationship or with life, but that's a beautiful thing, is I've hit certain dreams and then I create a new dream. It was a dream of ours to get married. It's been a dream of us to get our house. Like, we've come so far, but there's still so far to go. And that's the beautiful thing of life, is when you really learn to enjoy the journey and not give up, you will succeed in whatever you're going after. So don't give up. Anyways, anything left that you'd like to add to this, my
No,
love?
I'm just really thankful for being on this week, and happy birthday week. I'm really excited to see you over the next year of the things that you want to do, and be there to support you and grow together and stuff. So, yeah. Cheers to 26 years old, baby.
Absolutely.
Woo!
With that in mind, thank you so much for joining us today on the Journey to Authenticity podcast. If you liked what both myself and Megan had to offer today, be sure to subscribe and leave reviews. This helps to ensure that we provide the most highly qualified guidance and content, but also helps us get the most interesting, highly qualified guests to come help you transform your life. With that in mind, hope you have a good rest of your day, everybody.